Twitch is quietly punishing creators for multi-streaming by Zach. Zach does a lot of like coverage of like streaming stuff. All right, let's see.
Started enforcing a rule that I never thought that they'd actually touch.
What rule?
Largely because it's a fool's errand, and more directly because it's not going to help the platform if they start enforcing it. But over the past week, dozens of streamers have been hit with a user spam violation, and after digging into it myself, there's one clear pattern. Almost all of them had a link to Kick somewhere on their Twitch profile. Now, in addition to that, a well-known creator named Nutty just got suspended, and I think the reasons are likely connected, which again points to this rule set that I never imagined they would actually waste their time enforcing. So let's break this down and discuss what's happening, what's being enforced, and what it may mean for creators. So late last week, a bunch of different creators started posting on Twitter and Blue Sky that they'd received a warning from Twitch.
I heard about this. People were telling me that there was like some kind of bans or something.
For user spam. And so this is the email that they actually received from Twitch.
I'm not lying. I've never been banned on Twitch. Not even one time. I'm actually shocked, to be honest.
Twitch, and they all received versions of this based upon
not that I feel like I did anything wrong. It's just I'm just surprised, you know.
Local language. But here's what it says here. Based on a review of your account or content, we have issued a warning on your account. A warning. User spam, spamming others with large amounts of repetitive unwanted messages or abusing the Twitch report system. Examples of violative conduct include, but are not limited to, advertising your live stream in multiple chats without the channel owner's consent, sending unsolicited links, offers promotions to multiple users via whispers, or submitting large amounts of frivolous user.
Wait, you can violate yourself with this? Wait, hold on. So if I tell people like, hey guys, like, by the way, I have a Kick. If you guys are interested, like, I'm also streaming on Kick. I'm violating myself. I'm harassing myself.
Reports. Now, here's the interesting part. At the bottom of this overall warning, it says where the violation occurred in your channel profile.
What?
And your channel profile is your Twitch page. It is twitch.tv/Zach Bussey. And it doesn't mean that that's chat.
I'm so sorry, Zach. I didn't know it was pronounced that way. That's not how I was pronouncing it this whole time. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It means your actual page itself. If it was chat, they would say in chat. So that's a very odd thing here to message people or to warn people for user spam in a place where there is no directly interactive features. So I started reaching out to creators to find out more about this overall thing. Now, I'd asked about link trees, Kick, OnlyFans, Fansly, gambling, any kind of gambling links, or DeviantArt, just as a throw in there. I don't actually think that's a problem for Twitch. And I said, hey, do you know if by chance you had any of the following links in your profile /panels? And I sent this to dozens of creators who received this overall email and asked people.
See, like, OnlyFans makes sense to me though, because like if your account, for instance, isn't like 18 plus, and then you have like a link to like basically your porn, that kind of makes sense to me that they would like get mad at you for that.
To reach out to me as well. And I'll just show you some of the answers here. I had a panel image that linked to Kick in my channel. I saw your post about the warning. Random question. Do you have any Kick links in your channel profile? Oh, I do. This person said, I had a direct link to my Kick. That was the only panel Twitch removed, but I removed the rest myself. And then this one said, hey there, I only have a doubt for a Kick link. Nobody is able to tell me yeah or not. Some say yes, some say no, but no link tree, OnlyFans, Fansly, gambling, or DeviantArt. So in many cases, Twitch just removed the panel themselves, the Kick panel. No further action was necessary on their part, but Twitch wasn't really being upfront about the fact that that was the case.
So they're just removing the link because they're like, that's our competitor, so like we just don't want that link there.
Now, this immediately threw off some very serious, suspicious flags for me.
It's a little weird,
because why would they report it as user spam? Why would you get a warning for user spam? And the actual truth of the matter is that that means it's likely a placeholder category because Twitch currently doesn't have a proper category for this type of enforcement.
Yeah.
So it implies this is a new enforcement that they are undertaking. Now that led me to trying to figure out, okay, they don't want people to promote Kick. That means that it can
only. So they also remove YouTube channel. So it might be possible that they don't really care about like things like TikTok, like YouTube Shorts or something like that, because they don't really directly compete in format, but like Kick does. So it could be why.
One thing, their simulcasting guidelines. So if we take a look at their simulcasting guidelines, it says the following guidelines have been established. You ensure that the quality of Twitch's user experience of your simulcast is, at minimum, no less than the experience on other platforms or services, including by your engagement with the Twitch community, for example, via chat. So this one doesn't actually apply in this case, but it's essentially saying, hey, if you stream on Twitch and you stream on YouTube and you only respond to the YouTube chat, that's not a similar experience. You have to maintain the engagement with the Twitch community.
Yeah, like I can see both. The only thing is on Kick is I don't have like the same notifications on Kick because I don't know how to do it. I tried to set it up earlier and like I couldn't figure it out. And I don't know if this is because like Kick is like has like a completely different system that doesn't work with Stream Elements yet, but I can't figure out how to do it on there
as well. Now this is the one that does apply. You should not provide links or otherwise direct your community to leave Twitch for your simulcast on other services because we value the community on Twitch and the integral role community engagement plays for all Twitch users.
I like how they try to make it like it's about the community.
So this one is essentially saying, we don't want you letting anybody know that you're even streaming on another platform. You can do it, but no one needs to know. The last one here, and this one is the most ridiculous, you do not use third-party services that...
You want to know what's freaking hilarious about this, by the way? The crazy thing about this is the main method of getting noticed on so there's a couple methods, but so on Twitch for discovery, right? So Twitch has a sort of kingmaker system where when you look at a category, it would basically be sorted by like whoever has the highest views, right? So you want to have the highest views. So having like basically targeting certain categories and like having the highest views in that category is a big buff to like get more people to see your stream. The other way is collabs, right? Which I'm not very good at, right? But you could collab and do community, like sort of cross community, like promotion. That's one way. Now, the other way, the big way to get people to watch you on Twitch is to direct them from other places, right? So like YouTube, for example, right? YouTube has has a very powerful algorithm. They have, like very good discovery where if people engage with your content, it will feed them stuff that is, algorithmically relevant to them. You'll be able to see those videos pop up. And then on YouTube, you're saying like, hey guys, like, by the way, like if you want to watch live, these videos were live on twitch.tv/Leaflit, right? So it's funny because that's how they get discovery. That's how Twitch gets discovery, is by taking views from other platforms and taking them to Twitch. But now Twitch is saying like, no, you can't do it the other way around. That's kind of funny.
Combine activity from other platforms or services on your Twitch stream during your simulcast, such as merging chat or other features. To ensure that
you do not use third-party services that combine activity from other platforms or services on your Twitch stream during your simulcast, such as merging chat or other features, to ensure that Twitch community is included. Wait, what do you mean? You want to know what's off-putting about this? This is like so corpo. This is so corpo where they want to like do something kind of scummy, but then they don't want to they don't want to act like they're doing something scummy. But they're like, to ensure that the Twitch community is included in the entirety of the experience of your live stream. Yeah, but like they are included. If you like have, am I wrong? Like if you have Kick chat and Twitch chat and it's combined into one chat, then Twitch is included. Am I wrong? What the hell? Like, I don't get it. Like, what are they trying to do? What are they trying to say? It's almost like they're saying like, we just want to make sure that everyone on Twitch is included. It's like, so in order to make sure they're included, don't include everyone else, right? Like what?
Twitch community is included in the entirety of the experience.
It's like we just want it to be fair, but then it's like actually really like harsh
of your live stream. Now, here's the important part. If you fail to adhere to the simulcasting guidelines, Twitch will send you a warning prior to taking any enforcement action. Now, this takes us to the reason why I'm actually...
Did I get any of these? I actually don't even know, because I'm gonna be real with you guys. I barely check my email. Like lately, I haven't been checking my email at all. Like, I've just been like, I don't even want to. I just want to like lay in bed and I don't want to look at it, Let me see. Okay, I got nothing. I'm good.
actually making this video because I was originally just going to make this a tweet, but we have now seen it step up to another level. If you don't know, Nutty is a well-known streamer, makes a lot of very cool things
Oh yeah,
for
I know this guy.
creators and
Yeah, I know this guy. This guy does a lot of like content for streamers. So he's like a streamer who does content for streamers, like as in like let me show you how to like fix your stream and make your stream better. Like let me show you how to do these like cool transitions and how to multi-stream. Like he's like that like kind of creator. Yeah, I know him.
Is a very entertaining streamer overall.
I know of him.
And he got suspended this morning.
Oh man.
For simulcasting guideline violation. Date received June 17th, ends on June 18th. A 90-day expiration. This violation will expire from your account on September 15th, 2025. Until then, you may receive...
Wait, what? 90 days? He should have just supported terrorism. That's crazy.
Escalated consequences if you commit another similar violation. And the reason for his one-day suspension? Simulcasting guidelines violation. Failing to adhere to the Twitch simulcasting guidelines. Examples are the exact ones I just read. Now, Nutty does go on to say here, I'll take the suspension, but these guidelines are unbelievably stupid and need to be rewritten. By this wording, you technically can't show stream elements / Streamlabs donations on stream. How the fuck does acknowledging other platforms on stream exclude or limit the Twitch community?
Yeah.
Now, I wholeheartedly agree with Nutty on that, and it's one of the reasons why I never imagined that they were actually going to enforce these overall rules.
Yeah,
is because
retarded.
it makes Twitch out to be like the jealous partner trying to control you the same way that they were trying to do before they introduced
It's always the 7 deadly sins, bros. Always.
simulcasting or multi-streaming.
All of the problems.
And it's when they first came out with these rules, I was like, oh my God, they're trying to do the thing where, hey, we're going to allow you to multi-stream, give us a big clap and pat us on the back because we're being so nice to you, but we don't want you acknowledging that you're on YouTube or TikTok or Kick or LinkedIn or wherever you are. You can only focus on us. You cannot have eyes for anybody else. And I think that is such a silly overall premise in you're trying to...
Dude, they could at least fucking give me like a fucking ring, right? Am I right, chat? Does that mean that like when I leave Twitch, I get half a Twitch?
To control the creator while also trying to claim that you're doing the thing that is nice for the creators. Now, again, for a year and a half, they've done nothing to actually enforce this, and so I give them credit for that. I was like, okay, correct. They've made the correct decision here. They're not going to waste time and effort on enforcing these really ridiculous and stupid guidelines. And again, I'll point out the one that Nutty points out here. You do not use third-party services that combine activity from other platforms or services onto your Twitch stream during your simulcast. You do not include any donations or tips or alerts from TikTok because
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I might do some like some Kick only stuff because I want to watch some Donut Operator on stream. I should ask them actually. You think I should ask them? Yo, Julio, can you ask them if I can watch Donut Operator?
Somebody was kind to you some money there, or somebody followed you on YouTube. You're not allowed to acknowledge any other platform other than Twitch. This again, this was more extreme than the previous wording overall, in that when you were single streaming on Twitch, you could absolutely take a donation. You could absolutely have third-party alerts from things like somebody subscribing on Patreon. So they actually took a step backwards in terms of being a creator-first company by introducing this in terms of some of the rules. But again, they never enforced it.
That's true. Like that's true because there are stuff like Throne, for instance, right? Like Throne and like Patreon, even like Discord. Like Discord has like some integration for that. So it's like they only care now because it's Kick, because they're scared. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
The second part here, such as merging chat or other features to ensure the Twitch community is included in the entirety of the experience of your live stream. This part drives me insane because the premise of it is completely flawed.
You want to know what the hilarious thing about this is, guys? Is the only reason I started multi-streaming onto Kick is because of what happened to Asmongold and Tectone, and then what and in comparison to like what happened to Hassan. That like the level of like the unequal enforcement of like of punishments and stuff, just the unequal enforcement of rules basically made me think like I'm not safe on Twitch. Yeah. I basically felt like, okay, well, like, what if they decide to come after me because, I have like similar views to like Asmongold or Tectone? Like, they can just like, at what point do I get like big enough for them to like look at me and be like, yeah, like we can't have that, right? And then them coming after me and like banning me for something like stupid, and then I have nowhere else to go, right? So it's kind of like I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. So that's kind of like why I started streaming on Kick, was because of them. Right, like they're the ones who freaked me out. It was actually Twitch, like being like, oh, well, what if they just decide to ban me like unequally? Like they let like Hassan do whatever the fuck he wants, and then they ban me just because I have the wrong views, right? So that's the whole reason I started streaming on Kick.
And I believe that Dan Clancy sat down and was asked this directly by Harris Heller, who I know also believes that this is a really silly rule. He told, and maybe if I can find the clip, I'll put it in this video. If I can't, unlucky.
And we think it would hurt the Twitch experience if you combine chat, because part of the whole point of Twitch is the Twitch community. Okay, so that's point one. And so in general, and that also goes to alerts and other things. The idea is the Twitch community is the Twitch community. We don't mind you simulcasting, but we want the Twitch community to be the Twitch community. Now, the other reason is
I used to watch this other guy a lot, like the Harris Heller guy, but then he said some shit about VTubers. He's just like kind of being salty about it, if I remember. Don't quote me on that. I know it was a while ago, but I remember him saying something, and I was just like, it's kind of bullshit. And so like I stopped watching.
If we did have you combine chat, you are now responsible for whatever is said on the chat on those other streams.
But the reality is we've always had that responsibility as a creator.
Yeah.
If you're playing World of Warcraft and somebody types something racist in the chat there, guess what? You are responsible for that. You could potentially be suspended. That's true in League of Legends.
Well,
That's true.
This was like before like VTubers were like more of a force to be like reckoned with, I guess is the best way to explain it. It was back when like VTubing was a little bit more like vulnerable, and people were more outspoken against VTubing. Like people were just kind of like really like they were just open about like kind of discriminating against like VTubing, saying like it's not like like legit or whatever. And this was kind of back then. This is like before like Iron Mouse like blew up and became like super huge, right? So now everyone can't say that, but like before, like they could.
In voice chat in Fortnite. If you're playing random duos or quads and you're on voice chat and somebody starts saying a whole bunch of slurs, guess who's responsible? You, the creator, for having platformed it. So the idea that Twitch is trying to protect you is complete and sheer and utter nonsense.
Yeah,
and
if somebody like goes off in your chat and starts saying like the N-word, like you have to block them, right? You have to police it. If you don't police it, you're like, oh yeah, screw it, I'm just gonna let everyone in my Counter-Strike lobby say whatever they want, then you'll get in trouble. So if people say like bad stuff on your stream, you have to immediately take action.
Actual reality is they're trying to control creators. They're trying to say, we're allowing multi-streaming, but we're not going to allow you to do anything that would be related to multi-streaming. So you might as well just not multi-stream because you can't acknowledge or say anything to anybody else in any other stream that you're actually doing. That's an insane premise. So the alternative to that is to say, well, okay, you can react to somebody that is on your YouTube chat, right? You can't show it on your stream.
What Dan said is bullshit. Dan said that they don't want Twitch responsible for what is said on Kick. Twitch is not responsible for anything anyone says. This is what Section 230 is all about. This is the weird thing I noticed is like a lot of these like platforms, they try to take the protections of being a platform, but then they actually act more curated, right? Like again, like unequal enforcements of rules, them just not allowing certain people to like say whatever they want. But like, isn't that the point of it? Isn't that the reason you get those protections, is because you allow yourself to be a platform, to allow like a lot of people to say whatever they want? Isn't that the whole point of it?
But you can react to it. But that in and of itself creates an exclusion for the Twitch community. So you can't do that. If you respond to somebody on YouTube, the people in your Twitch chat cannot see what was said. And so you responding to them excludes them, making it against the rules and making them very confused as what the hell you're responding to. Are you just responding to random things that you've made up in your head? Who knows? So the entire premise of these simulcasting guidelines are not about protecting you. It's all about protecting Twitch. So the question is, if Twitch hasn't cared about this for a couple years, why do they care now? And the answer relates to the original point in this overall video, in that people are getting dinged with warnings for promoting Kick. there has been an undeniable...
Dude, again, the most hilarious thing about this is Twitch caused, like, the whole reason why Kick is blowing up now is because of Twitch. Like, Twitch basically shot themselves in the face with, like, their unequal enforcement of rules, and they basically alienated an entire demographic of people. They 100% stepped on the rake and got hit in the face. Like, none of this would have happened. Like, Asmongold and Tectone would have been happy on Twitch if they didn't do this. So what happened was, like, they you know, again, they let Hassan get away with whatever the fuck he wants because he's like the golden child of the CEO. And then, you know, you so much as Sneeze with the, you know, with the wrong opinion, and you're fucking done. Like, look at how unequal, like, the enforcement of the rules has been to Tectone compared to the other people. Like, the other people in Hassan's orbit. Like, it's not even close. It's not, it's in plain sight. Everyone can see it. Like, you know, like, they have to be assuming that, like, the viewers are absolute, like, fucking stupid to, like, not see it, right? So, is a combination of that, and then, like, you know, they chase Tectone off of the platform, and then Kick simultaneously being like, hey guys, let me tell you about a better platform. Let me tell you about a platform where we give you more money, and, like, if you're from Twitch, like, we'll help you get in, we'll help onboard you. Like, they didn't even have to do anything. You know, like Twitch is the one who did this. They caused all of this
migration of creators.
Like, the thing is like, let's be real, like, people didn't really take Kick that seriously, and people didn't take Kick that seriously. Kick didn't really have the traction to, like, basically attract a bunch of like creators to there, and it's because Twitch did this.
Who were previously streaming only on Twitch to now be streaming on YouTube and Kick and TikTok and other platforms that may be having a...
Briar says that Kick saw blood in the water and went for it. Dude, and you want to know how they went about it? This is how Kick went about it. Hey guys, we have a platform. We'll help you join if you want to. And, you know, we'll enforce the rules, like, evenly, and we'll pay you. That's it. They didn't even have to do anything.
Negative impact on
had
Twitch
to be normal.
to a point where it now makes sense for them financially to start scaring people, to start enforcing some rules. Twitch right now, and for the last number of years, has been entirely focused on monetization, which I think has resulted in a kind of burnout among communities. I don't know if it's the case for you, but I hear it all the time. I read it all the time that creators are earning less money than ever. Their subscription counts are down. And as Twitch continues to try to squeeze blood from a stone...
It's kind of hard to say, though, because, like, I mean, the economy, right, is, like people have less money. So, like, inflation and stuff like that. I don't know.
I think it's driving people away. They're seeing that
sorry,
as Twitch
I keep pausing. I think the one thing, though, is I think that people... I think you make more passive money on Kick, probably. And I think, like, the passive money, like, of, like, you know, having, like, a fan who just watches on Kick and, like, doesn't have to, like, subscribe and stuff like that. Like, I think the amount of passive money that they make is, like, more, I think, probably. I don't know.
Chasing these dollars.
Right, because there's active income, and then there's, like, passive, right? Passive is, like, you know, like ads and stuff, right? You have, like, your ad revenue, and then, you know, you have, like, subscribers, which is, like, a completely different thing, right?
Communities are finding
per
a better
viewer
experience on other platforms that they previously would not actually...
Like, I think if everybody watched on Kick, I'd probably make more, I think.
Even entertain, and simulcasting is exposing this. So what does this mean for creators? Well, unfortunately,
but I just love, like, to be honest, I love Twitch. I love the community here. I love, like, you know, I love the vibes. It's, like, really, it's really sad, honestly.
They're probably going to have tighter enforcement going forward. I think that they're probably going to take a more proactive approach to removing Kick links from bios is probably a pretty easy one for them to do, to just scan channel profiles and go, okay, warning, 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 and take those out of commission. But then secondarily to that, I think that we'll probably start seeing them enforcing on things like if you have notifications for other platforms, if you have combined chat, perhaps they're going to be under additional scrutiny as a result. And the thing that concerns me is that I don't think this is going to inherently benefit Twitch. I think that while...
Dice Prince says I was exclusively a YouTube watcher until some of my favorite creators started streaming on here. And I have an account for a while, but I didn't use it much. Yeah, I mean, the problem with YouTube is like really weird. Like YouTube is so things like YouTube and Rumble are a little bit different where it's a video. So the best way to explain it is like Twitch and Kick are like more dedicated streaming where they have a page, they have a place to hang out, right? The chat's always active, right? You can talk in the chat at any time, like even when the stream's not on. It's kind of like it's a place that's like, that's the spot, that's the URL, twitch.tv/leaflit. You type that every time and then you're there. You're there for the show, right? Whereas on YouTube, it's like a video that like you create a video and then you connect to the video and then the video goes up and then you hit the live button, which like turns the video live. And then the chat is unique to the video. Like it's kind of like, yeah, it's a completely different, and Rumble is the same.
They want to keep people on the platform through a level of control with these overall guidelines. The reality is it's going to have the opposite effect. In any case, what do you think about this overall? Are you somebody who is multi-streaming? Maybe
No.
Don't tell me in the comments
It's not
below,
me.
because maybe Twitch will actually use that as a source of information to be like, oh, we're going to go take a look at whether those people are doing it or not. But let me know, how is
Not
your
me.
overall current experience on Twitch right now? Are you feeling like it is the same community experience that you've had 5 years ago, 4 years ago? Or are things changing? Do you feel a little bit more burnt out? Is your community feeling burnt out?
Community, are you feeling burnt out on Twitch? Type 1 if you're feeling burnt out on Twitch, and type 2 if you're not. 1, 1, 1. Oh my God. There's only a couple twos. Holy crap. Holy crap. Yeah.
I'm kind of curious what you think overall and what your current experience is on the platform. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, make sure to do so.
Dude, I'm gonna be real, guys. Like, I like Twitch. There's only one thing I want from them. I'm not even asking for like algorithmic discovery. I'm not even asking for I'm not asking for any of those features. I'm not asking for video VODs to be on there. They took that away from us too, by the way. Like our VODs, they took away our highlights. All I'm asking for is to be treated the same as all the other streamers. That's it. I don't think it's a lot. I don't think I'm asking for a lot as far as the rules are concerned. I'm asking for, let's say whatever we want. That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool too. But equality under the law, yeah. I mean, the thing is like, I'm gonna be real, guys. There's a lot of like benefits. There are a lot of benefits for like, do I want to say this? Do I want to spill the beans? Ooh. There's a lot of benefits on Twitch to being, to having buffs, if you know what I mean. Like if you have buffs on Twitch, it's pretty big, because there'll be like, there will be a time where there's like a month or like a week or like something like that, like a special day for you. And when you're a part of those groups, they'll just be like, hey, are you a part of this? Like, you go in your like profile and they're like, do you fit this checkbox? Do you fit this checkbox? How about this checkbox and this checkbox? And then you check them, and then they contact you and they're like, hey, I see that you have this specific buff. Would you like to have front page treatment? And then they put you on the front page, which, like, again, what did I say earlier about it being a kingmaker system, right? So you get the buff, so you get on the front page, which gives you like an insane amount of views, because anybody that clicks on the front page gets like your stream on there, and you get a viewer, right, for like that person that's like connected to the front page, which will like buff, like it will like unnaturally buff your views, which will put you higher in the category. And yeah, if you have the buffs, if you have multiple buffs, right, then you'll get multiple multiple days where you can have that possibility. Yeah. It's real. Multiple up and rising streamer awards in different years. Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean.